Today we're setting up the Landroid Vision Cloud and I'm super excited. Now if you missed the unboxing, go check out the video, one of those places where we unbox it, we take everything out. I spent last night, I've already set up the charging base and the mower's been charging for all night. Now the setup process took around 1 to 2 hours with download and updating the firmware. It was late, and they don't recommend that you actually set it up at night because it needs to see. More on that later. But now we're ready to set it up. Hey look, new shirt. The challenges that I ran into, and I probably wasted 15 minutes, it was on my own fault. But when you first get it on the dock, one, you're gonna wanna charge it for a little while, so just go ahead and get this set up, let it start charging. The battery was pretty much fully charged. But when you're registering the app, you're gonna have to scan this QR code, and obviously you're gonna insert the battery here. Now, when I was scanning the QR code, I didn't close the door all the way. Now it told me on the screen that it said door, but I didn't really know what the problem was, so I kept trying to put it in setup mode, and I couldn't get it to do it. But it was my own fault. I didn't close the door all the way, so shame on me. So now I'm getting ready to map. Here's what I'm not sure about. I would love to put it right here and for it to come out and be able to find its way back here. I like this spot because it's tucked away. I'm not sure if it's gonna work like that, so follow me. The setup itself was pretty straightforward. First, I downloaded the app, created an account, and started registering the mower. Then it walked me through connecting everything to Wi-Fi and checking for firmware updates. I will say the firmware process took longer than I expected. Between downloading updates and letting everything install, I probably spent somewhere between 1 to 2 hours getting everything fully updated and ready to go. Nothing difficult, just a little more waiting than anticipated. Now with everything set up, it's time to start mapping. Now the Vision Cloud gives you a couple different options here. You can let the mower map everything automatically, but for this first setup I decided to use manual mapping. The idea is pretty simple. Set up the mower, figure everything out on its own. You can use the app to guide it around the perimeter of your mowing area so it can learn the boundaries and layout of the yard. Since this is my first experience with the Vision Cloud, I wanted to get a better understanding of how the mapping process actually works. As I guided the mower around the perimeter, it started building the map in real time. The process was actually a lot easier than I expected, and the controls felt pretty responsive through the app. So after getting through the setup process and watching the first run, my initial impression is pretty positive. The actual setup wasn't difficult. Most of the time was spent waiting on firmware updates, and in my case, troubleshooting a problem that I created myself. Once everything was configured, the mower got right to work. So far, the vision system seems surprisingly intuitive, but the real test is going to be how it performs over time and how well it handles the more challenging parts of the yard, especially once we get in the heat of summer and the Bermuda starts to really thicken up. Well, setup's complete and the yard's been mapped. We're finally ready to start putting the Vision Cloud through some real-world testing. In the next video, we'll take a closer look at mowing performance, obstacle avoidance, navigation, and whether this thing actually is worth the investment. Woohoo! Look at these adorable little stripes. I like it. All right, he's going home. Can he find it? No way. That's impressive. Let's go, buddy! Hey, little buddy. Well, we finally have it set up. It's extremely quiet. Really can't hear it. The mapping was a little more challenging. I'm gonna have to redo it because you can see where some spots where I was backing up and going back forward, where it's acting a little weird in certain places. But all in all, the mapping for my yard, which is about 1,500 square foot, took me 15-20 minutes maybe. So go slow, I recommend it. But all in all, so I'm gonna be testing it, I'm gonna see how it runs. It's running right now. It is about to rain, so hopefully I can test out to see how the rain sensor works, where it goes home. And I also don't know how it's going to find the home, so that's another exciting part. So stay tuned. I have a Zoysia lawn and also a Centipede lawn to try out. So we're going to be testing out and pushing a lot of videos out. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned.